Hello, I'm Chris. I play bass, keyboards and backing vocals in Shikari. We're on tour currently in North America with You Me at 6 and yours truly, and going to run you through some of our gear. So these are, I've run two basses, main Ernie Ball Music Man Stingrays, one 5-string, set up in standard tuning, and then I run a 4-string. Yeah, Ernie Ball Music Man Stingray 5-string. This one is just set up completely standard really. I play in standard tuning. Yeah, I mean I fiddle a little bit with the tone pots, and only a couple of points during the set do I change pickups. But it's always good, and there's a lot of variation in sound there. That's my standard string gauge for the 5-string. The 4-string is a little bit different. It's set up in drop C. Just a lot of like the earlier recordings we used to do, we used to down tune a lot more. This is the 4-string, so I think we run 45, 65, 85 and then 120 to allow us to down tune a little bit, and it still sounds tight enough. Same thing really, I fiddle very little with these during the live show, but once we're recording I change pickups a lot more. But yeah, these ones generally run the older songs every couple of shows, 2 or 3 shows whilst we're out here. Yeah, because I'm switching between the guitars quite a lot during the show, I find like they seem to last a couple of shows at least. This is our Kemper World. So when we are over here, we have to fly all of our equipment out quite often. So when we were in North America, we run a bit more of a scaled back guitar system. So usually if I was playing in Europe or in the UK, we'd have my Kemper, we'd have a spare Kemper that'd be fed into both, and then we'd be able to switch between should one fail. Over here we just run the one, and then we have a spare should either mine or Rory's go down, and it's just a hard patch. But all of the tones are stored on here, all of the pedal changes. I mean, obviously I've got certain tones throughout the set that are quite specialised tones that need to emulate the sound we got when we were recording the record. But for a lot of the time I just kind of have my basic like 5 or 6 tones that I generally kind of pick between throughout the show. All of the pedal changes are taken care of via MIDI. So I don't need a pedal board. All I run out is a tuner just to check I haven't knocked the guitar out of tune, which happens quite regularly. And yeah, so all of the pedal changes are fired from our laptop switches side of the stage, and the laptops also control everything that is going on stage basically. So yeah, all of our keyboards, our sounds, our drum triggers, everything. In terms of effects, generally running a couple of different distortions, some compression. Quite often we use like a pitch pedal, which again is automated via MIDI if we want to be doing kind of like, I call them dive bombs, but kind of like kind of effects that we use quite a lot. So yeah, those are the main kind of stomps we use. I always love a bit of chorus as well on a clean tone. So yeah, nothing crazy in terms of the bass stuff. Yeah, it just works very efficiently really. These are our American guitar wireless systems. Audio Technica, right? Yeah. Yeah. We got these new a couple of tours ago. Literally, I've got one for my 4-string, one for my 5-string, and Rory's got his. And this is an older model, which is just in there for a spare in case anything goes wrong. This is nothing to do with me. This is You Me at 6. Here we have my keyboard world. We've got my standard MIDI Akai keyboard, and basically it is just a MIDI controller. Every sound we play, every synth we play is housed on the side of stage laptop, and it's just triggered from here. Again, with these are simple MIDI notes that are then fired down our MIDI lines to the laptop, which plays the sample we've loaded at whatever specific moment in the set. It's just nice to have something a bit more visual to play, because I could have done it all on like just tapping the pads and that works, but it's nice to have something I feel like visually for the audience to see what's happening as well. Whereas if I'm just here going like that, it doesn't really feel like people know what I'm playing or what I'm triggering. We got the nice Gibraltar keyboard stands here as well. These are basically brand new, and Rob, our drummer, organised it for us. But they just look really slick. They're really heavy duty, and when I'm knocking crap out of these with the drumsticks, they hold firm. And yeah, it's really happy with these. They just look really slick and shiny. SPD is purely a brain to switch this signal into MIDI to be going to our laptops at the side of stage. And yeah, that's all I really use it for. It's a very, very simple setup. Picks, yeah, I use the Jim Dunlop 0.73s. These are just stock ones. Sometimes, if we're organised enough, we get our logos on them and things like that. But yeah, I find that's a good thickness for the strings to bounce back nicely. So yeah, we're running, just got a simple sustain pedal there if I ever want to hold on to any of the patches. That is purely a kill switch tuner, so it just cuts any signal to the Kempers. If I wanted to, I quite often knock the bass and it goes out of tune. So I need to just have that there so I know I can retune if it's in the middle of the song. This is just another mic which goes out to the front of house. There's quite a lot of parts in the set where I'm playing keys now and I need to be singing. So I didn't like having the keyboards straight at the front of the stage. It just felt like when performing, I wanted to be able to sing with the microphone up there. And so this is just almost like another station where I need to be a bit more out of the way. But yeah, both of these are just kind of standard front of house microphones, really. These are Audio Technica microphones as well. Yeah, Audio Technica have been quite really good to us in helping us out with our live sound microphone package. I'll be honest, I don't know anything about these. Rob gave them to me. I'm sure he'll be able to tell you what they are. For me, they're just wooden sticks and they work to hit these things. Thank you for checking out my gear. I'm Chris from Enter Shikari. You can find all of our info at www.entershikari.com. Links to everything there, Spotify, Instagram, all up there, all in one place.